Welcome to my channel, and here we are going to solve this problem on link mechanism. This is question 28 on page 42 of engineering drawing 1. So this is question 28, but before we talk about the diagram, we need to look at the instruction or the question itself. So question 28, as we have here, that the crank OA of the mechanism shown rotates clockwise about O. The end B of the link AB moves along the line PQ and FD swings about F. Obtain the locus of E for one revolution of OA. OA is 40 millimeters, AB is 150 millimeters, BC is 65 millimeters, CD is 130 millimeters, and we have DE and DF are 75 millimeters. Okay, so now based on what we have here, so the dimensions, looking at dimensions are somehow are large. So I'm going to divide each of the dimensions by 2. That means I'm going to use a scale of 1:2. So that is what I'm going to do. Okay, now so looking at that, as we have here, so on this paper I've written the dimensions. As I said, I'm going to use a scale of 1:2, dividing each dimension by 2. So instead of OA, which is 40 originally, I'll be using 20 for that. AB, I'll be using 75, which is 1 on, and so we have that to be, so AB as we have is 150, so I'm using half of 150, which is 75, and BC, which is 65 millimeters, so I'll be using 33 approximately for that, approximately 33, and CD, which is 130 millimeters, so I'll be using 65 millimeters for that for CD. Then DE and DF, which are 75 millimeters, I'll be using 38 millimeters for that, so approximately 38 millimeters for that. Also distance OF, which is 216 millimeters, so I will be using 108 millimeters for that. And then distance between these two center lines, so which is 50, I'll be using 25 millimeters for that. So that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, now let's start. So as we have here that OA is 20 millimeters, I'm using 20 millimeters instead of 40, as I've said. So the first thing that we need to do is to draw a horizontal center line. So we draw a horizontal center line like this. Okay, then we are going to draw a vertical center line around here. A vertical center line around here. Okay, so like this. Alright, so then I'm going to take a measurement of 20 millimeters. That is OA, 20 millimeters, and take 20 millimeters on my ruler like this. Okay, then I'm going to draw a circle. So I will draw a circle. Okay, so here I will draw a circle. Okay, so this circle, I'm going to divide this circle into 8 equal parts. So I divide the circle into 8 equal parts with my 45 degrees square. So like this. Alright, so I divided the circle into 8 equal parts. The reason why I divided into 8 equal parts is that, as shown here, so if you look at this line is in between these quadrants, so that means we have to divide into 8 equal parts. So as we are told that the movement is a clockwise movement, so which means at this point, as we have in diagram, this is point A and this is, okay, so this is point A, this is center O of the circle here. So we have center O here, so and then this is going to be the starting point, so I will call this 0. So this is 1, and this is 2, this is 3. So here is 4, this is 5, 6, and then we have what? We have 7. Okay, so now the next thing that we are going to do is that we need to locate this line. We need to draw this line PQ here. So which is originally is 50 millimeters from the center line of this circle, but we are using 25 millimeters now. So what we need to do now is that, so on this line, so on this center line, I will take a measurement of 25 millimeters up. So this is 25 millimeters here. So I'm going to draw the horizontal center line. So like this. Okay. Now, so this line is line PQ as we are told in the diagram. So this is line PQ. So as we have here. So the next thing that we are going to do is to locate point B on this line. We need to locate point B on this line. We have so many things to do with this particular problem, so I will be happy if you can pay attention to this. So we take a measurement of 75 millimeters. That is AB, 75 millimeters. No, originally it is 150 millimeters, so we are using 75, which is half of 150. So I put it at this point. After taking that 75, I make an arc on this line. So this point that we have here now, so this point is point B. So here we have point B here. Okay, so other things that we need to do is that we need to locate point C and point E, point D and F. So now, so let's locate point C on this. We have to draw a line from A. So we have to join AB together. We join AB together like this. So with a thick line. And then we are told that, so as we have that BC is BC, as we have in the question, that BC is, so we have here that BC is 65. So half of 65 will give us what? It will give us, that's 32.5. So I'm using 33 instead of 32.5. So I'll just take 33 millimeters from here. So this is 33 millimeters here. So I take note of this point. So this is point C now. So this original point C. So we take note of this point. So the next thing that we are going to do, we need to locate point F. So point distance between O and F is 216 millimeters. Half of that will give us 108. So we take a measurement of 108 millimeters. 108 millimeters. So this is 108 millimeters. So this point is point F now. So here we have point F. So the next thing that we are going to do here is that we need to locate point D, and then we have that DF. DF, as we are given originally, is 75 millimeters, and half of 75 will give us 37.5. So I make that 38 millimeters. That's what I'm using for that. So what I need to do now is to take a measurement of 38 millimeters. 38 millimeters. So this is 38 millimeters here. So I put the pinpoint of my compass at this point F here. Then I'm going to draw an arc like this. So here I will draw an arc like this. So let this go up a little bit. Then having taken this, so having drawn this arc, so we need to locate point D now. Before we can locate point D, we need to take a measurement of, as we are told that CD. So CD in the question is 130. So half of 130 will give us 65 millimeters. So I'm using 65 millimeters instead of 130 originally that we are given. So I'll take 65 millimeters. So with this 65 millimeters that I've taken here, so I'm going to put the midpoint of my compass at C here. Then I will make an arc on this arc. So at this point, we have point D here. This is point D now. So we can now draw a line from F to D. So we join this together. And then, so we draw a line from C to D. So we draw a line like this. So on this line now, so we need to locate point E. So point E, as we have here, so DE and DF is 38 millimeters. That's what I'm using. As I said, I've divided each dimension by 2. So now so this is 38 millimeters. I'll just make an arc here like this, as DE is 38 millimeters. So this point now is point E. So if you look at the diagram as I showed you, so we have everything that we need here in this diagram as we have here. So everything is there. So the next thing that we are going to do, we have located the first point E. So we need to locate other point E. That is the next thing that we want to do. Now to do that, just follow me. It's very, very simple. So what we need to do now is that, so we take this 75 millimeters, which is AB. So AB. So we take this AB. Then so we put at this point 1 here. So we have done that of 0. So the next one is point 1. So we make an arc here on this line PQ. Then we are going to join this together. So we join this together. So we draw this line like this. So on this line, we are to locate point C on this line. So this is how I'm going to do it. So the first one that we did is from here to here. Okay, so we put it here. So then we put it at this point here, which is the new point B. I don't want to be writing it here. So this is new point B. We make an arc on this line here, on this line drawn with red ink. So the next thing that I'm going to do here, so this is the new point C now. So I'm not going to write this is the new point C. So the next thing that I'm going to do is that I will take a measurement of CD. So taking distance CD like this. Okay, so I'll take distance CD. Then I'll put the pinpoint at this point C here. Then I'll make an arc on this line. Okay, so then I'm going to join these 2 points. I will join them together. So this is going to take us a time. So there's the question is very, very interesting. So we have this distance. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'll just take my compass, put at point D here, extend to F like this. Okay, then I'll put at this point here. Then I'll make an arc here. So this is the new point E here. This is the new point E. So we take note of it. We're taking note of point E. So the next thing that I'm going to do is that I will take this 75 again, or AB, this AB. So I'll take this AB, then I'll put at point 2. Then I will make an arc on this line. So then I'm going to join point 2 and this point on line PQ together like this. Okay, so then we need to locate the new point C. So to do that, we take distance BC like this. Okay, so then we put at this point, put the point at this new point B. So make an arc on this line. Okay, so this is the new point C. So the next thing that we are going to do is that, so we take CD, take distance CD like this. So we take distance CD. Okay, so we put it on this new point C and we make an arc on this line. Okay, so then the next thing that we are going to do is that we connect these 2 points, we connect them together like this. Okay, next thing that we need to do is to locate the new point E. So just take distance DF. So DF and DE, they are the same. So then we make an arc on this line. So this is the new point E. So we take note of these points. Okay. So the next thing that we are going to do is that we take distance AB, that is from here to here. Then we put it at point 3. So we make an arc on this line PQ. Then we are going to join this new point B and point 3, we connect them together like this. Okay, so then we need to locate point C. So to locate point C, we take distance CB from here to here. Then we put the pinpoint at this new point B and we make an arc on this line. So this is the new point C. So then to locate point, so we are going to join, so we join, okay, so we need to locate point D, the new point D on this arc here. We need to locate the new point D on this arc. So we take distance CD from here to here. Okay, then we put the pinpoint here at this new point C here. Then we make an arc on this arc. So that's the new point D. So then we are going to join these 2 points together. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is to locate the new point E. So to locate the new point E, so we take distance DF, because we know that DF and DE, they are the same. So we take this distance, then we put at this new point D here, so we make an arc here. So this is the new point E. Okay. Alright, so I believe you have seen how it should be done. So I'm going to locate other point E by I will pause the video, then when I'm done, I will come back and show you the next thing to do. Welcome back. We have obtained all the points, as you can see here. So this point is not part of it. So there was a mistake that I made. So the point is actually here. Okay, so we have obtained all the points, and let me explain again how we have to solve this problem. So after we have drawn this circle and divided the circle into 8 equal parts, so we have the distance for this line PQ from this center line. So the distance that we use is 25, which is originally 50 millimeters, and as I said, we are using a scale of 1:2. So each of the dimensions is divided by 2. So distance from here to here now is now 25, and for us to locate, we have point A here. For us to locate point B, so we take a measurement of 75 millimeters as we have here. So we put at this point A here, which is the first point 0, then we make an arc on this line PQ, which is this point. So this is the first point B. Then to get point C, so this is the first point C here. So to get point C, as we are told that BC is 33 millimeters, so we took a measurement of 33 millimeters from this point B to this point. This is the first point C. Then next thing that we are to obtain is to get point F. So F, as given originally, is 216. So from this point O here, so 216 by 2 give us 108. So we took a measurement of 108 from here to here to get point F. Now the next thing that we need to do is to get this point D here. To get this point D, so but before we can get this point D, so we need to draw an arc, and the radius of this arc, as we are told, is 38 millimeters. So that's what I put here. So DF is 38 millimeters. So we use 38 millimeters to draw this. And don't forget that the original dimension, it was 75 millimeters. So let's take note of that. Okay, so that was the original dimension. So we draw this arc. Now, so the next thing that we need to do is that, so we join point C here to point D here, and we also join D and F. So we now need to locate point E. So this is our first point E on this thick line. And how you do get that? So we have that DE is 38 millimeters. So just take a measurement of 38 millimeters, putting a point at this point D here and making an arc here. So that's how I did for each of the points that we have on the circle. So it's as simple as I've explained it. So the next thing that we're going to do now is to join the point together for us to obtain the locus of point E. So we need to take it easy as we have here. So we can see the point like this. Okay. All right, so we Alright, so this is the locus of the point as we have done it. It's as simple as I've done it here. All you need to do is to practice. When you practice, become a master at it. Thank you and God bless you.